One of the key assets of an organization is its human resource, and it has the power to transform other resources into more useful and valuable factors to achieve set goals. The human resource management department of any organization is very key at ensuring a balanced employee-employer relationship. This is why, for more than a decade, Human Resources Bootcamp has served as a platform for reinventing people management practices, which should positively impact workers and organizations. The 11th HR Bootcamp conference, which is just a week away, has been tagged Unleash, Advancing Human Capability for a Borderless Future. It is expected to challenge conventional thinking while proffering practical solutions that prepare business leaders, HR practitioners, and people managers for the opportunities resulting from global disruptions and technological advances. The 11th HR Bootcamp Conference will also feature a talent show. Professionals can let down their hair and showcase hidden talents. Well, joining us in the studio is a human resource advisor and founder, Kendo Consulting, Adora Ikwemesi. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Now let's get down to it. I hear you've been doing this since 2009.
Yes.
That's a long time.
I know, 2009.
The 11th.
This is the 11th. We skipped some years, so
Right.
ideally it should be like, what, 15?
Okay. So let's begin. Let's start from the beginning,
Yes.
which has to do with what brought about the idea of the HR Bootcamp.
Okay, I think the first thing is that we envision a world where there's decent work for everyone. And then sometime in 2009, just thinking about people management practices always gets a flack. HR doesn't have the best reputation. And we thought about how we could reinvent those practices, how we could preach, of course, best practices, how we could bring to the forefront innovative practices, and of course develop HR professionals to be their best selves so that their organizations and the people in those organizations can obviously deliver on their business goals.
And when you look at the patterns or what spurred you into starting this initiative way back then and now, how have the patterns evolved? When I mean managing personnel, acting as an intermediary between employee and employer, how has the patterns evolved up to this moment?
I mean, the interesting thing was back then, first of all, HR as a profession was pretty newer than it is now. HR is one of the newer professions. It's not like law or medicine. And so back then, the focus...
had like PR, I think.
Personnel management, yes, at one time, yes.
Rather not
yes, exactly. So back then, we were more like, pushing the profession itself to the forefront and helping people realize that there is a function in the organization called human resources. And that function should focus on helping the organization and improving the relationships between employer and employees. So basically, that initially was basically pushing the function in terms of there is a function you should have. It's key. You should have a seat at the executive table. It shouldn't be a junior role. But now the focus is on artificial intelligence, technology, the fact that your processes should be automated, that technology and HR should be, there should be a marriage between both of them. So it's more about technology and the disruption that technology has caused, as opposed to then we were focused more on, do you have this function? Is this function performing optimally in your organization? So, but now it's more about we've gone past that, yes.
I guess that was what informed the choice of the theme for this year, Unleash, Advancing Human Capability for a Borderless Future.
Exactly.
Talk to us about that.
Yes, so I mean, every year we pick a theme, we look at trends. We don't just come up with a theme for the sake of it, but we look at trends. So this year, as you rightfully said, Unleash, Advancing Human Capability for a Borderless Future. And for us, we're looking at the fact that, what the pandemic did to all of us. It kind of catapulted us through it, like a time machine. It fast-forwarded what we used to preach was the future of work. And obviously now we're in that future that we preached about so many years ago. So what we're looking at now is how can we advance the capabilities of workforces? And obviously, one key area is technology, is artificial intelligence. So if you're an organization and you're currently not using artificial intelligence, or at least you don't understand the impact that artificial intelligence can have on your workforce or your workplace design, then your HR is obviously not up to date. You know, and they need to be thinking more, of course, forward-looking. So this conference is for HR professionals who want to know their next steps, 2024 and beyond. And that's what we do every year. Like if you haven't been for any program that year, then this is your last chance to succeed the following year. So that's what we do. We focus on, you know, the future and what you need to do to ensure your organization is set right.
Where is the place of the employee, of the interest of the employee, or is this, is this something that, you know, employees or regular persons, regular workers can attend, or is it an exclusive HR?
It is. Okay, so the focus is on people managers, and of course the people management function is typically held by the human resources. But remember, line managers are also, in fact, they're even bigger people managers, because even though the HR professional manages the function, the implementation of the people management in organizations is line managers, is business leaders. So anyone who wants to know best practice, who wants to practice, and who believes that employees are truly their greatest asset, then this conference is for you, definitely. Not restricted, but however, if you are in human resources, then it's compulsory. It's compulsory. I think I put it that way. But everyone, we're all people managers. Right. That's one thing I say.
Yes.
And we're all businesses. We're all people businesses. Yeah. We just have different specializations. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I see here that one thing that those who will be part of the conference should expect is the aspect of the talent show.
Okay.
That caught my eye and my attention, and I'd like for you to speak to that, and also what else they should expect.
Yes. And you know, the thing about it is everyone who knows, I mean, like I said, since 2009, we're an innovative conference. And every year we pick out something different. This year we want to celebrate the HR professional. We want to showcase the talent that exists within the HR profession itself. There's a stereotype about HR professionals.
Really?
People think that all they do is hire and fire. There's a diversity of talent within the HR community. The HR community is very dynamic, and there are lots of HR professionals doing wonderful things. So beyond HR, you know, this is to celebrate the diversity of talent within the function so that people see us in a different light. It's not all about policy, it's not all about hiring. We also have other talents outside of HR, and we're encouraging HR professionals and people managers to showcase their talents. So yes, we'll be doing that on day 2.
I see this, you know, as also a means for you go back to your regular workplaces, and then you take these are take homes. These are
of course, yes.
To, of course, you know, endear,
of course,
the regular workers.
Of course. Right. I mean, people, you know, a lot of times we talk about diversity and inclusion, right? And we can't give what we don't have. You can't give what you don't have. So we're equipping HR professionals with the competencies to deliver on their business objectives. So what better way for you to promote diversity and inclusion is showing us the diversity and inclusion within yourself. How much have you embraced your own self and your true self? So bring your true self. Let's see your true self. And let's showcase that we are beyond those stereotypes that people think of HR professionals.
Well,
we can't be fun.
The HR world dealing with this Jackpot syndrome, it has cut across, you know, many sectors, and what's the reaction?
And it's interesting because these are some of the things we discuss at the conference. It's about being proactive. You know, we're in a global world. Staff can be anywhere in the world. So if you're innovative, you realize that you can embrace remote work. And where with the remote work, a staff can be anywhere. So of course not organizations can embrace remote work, because obviously the person, your hairdresser, I mean, she's not going to do your hair remotely. Neither is the factory worker going to. But lots of service organizations, you know, can broadcast, you know, remotely. As long as there's technology, you can. So you don't have to be restricted within a 30-mile radius. So proactive organizations are looking beyond physical borders. And remember that the theme is about a borderless future. So, hey, we're giving you the tools, we're giving you the knowledge to equip yourself for that borderless future. And those are some of the things we'll be discussing.
So let's talk about perhaps success stories with regards to attending these events over the past 11 years.
Yes,
such that you could encourage whoever is watching now to be a part of it.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, you know, I love success stories, and one of the things I'm particularly proud of this year, we have a couple of speakers who I remember clearly were in the audience about 5 years ago, and they were actually looking to transit to human resources. They are now HR heads. And I remember them vividly. I remember them asking questions, seeming confused, not knowing which way to go. And yet there are people now, they're speaking, you know, from a position of authority. And I know that their journey started at the HR Bootcamp conference. It's a great place to network. There are lots of heads of HR's functions that will be there. There are lots of business leaders. So if you're thinking about networking, job opportunities within the HR function are also going to be shared there. Yes. So it's a place, it's full of success stories. You know, I look at the audience, even the last session we had, there was someone there and, you know, came up, said, you know, this is what, this time last year, or, you know, 2 years ago, I was here, now I'm a professional. So we're inundated with success stories. Yes, because sometimes, you know, even as an entrepreneur, as an organization, you get those times when you're thinking, you know what, is it worth it?
Yeah.
But when you hear those stories and when you get that feedback, I get it. I mean, I can look in through my LinkedIn, I could see lots of messages. Oh, I attended an HR bootcamp. We have lots of, all kinds of success stories from it, including marriage. Let me just add that one. Somebody told me, the first one actually, last year when I was, you know, like telling the story about the HR bootcamp, someone told me they met their spouse there.
Oh, wow.
So our success stories are, you know, like,
diverse.
Yeah, very diverse.
I'm particularly interested, perhaps I don't know if we have much time.
Yes.
Anymore, but the transition of it, is it something, is it random, or is it like, having observed the market, is it something that people easily switch to, or is that even the target, you know, for you as an experienced HR person?
Now, the truth is that, interestingly, we cater for all people at all levels in their HR careers, including starters. So there is a session on day 2 on starting a career in HR. So we're dealing with all levels. So we're talking about business leaders, we're talking about unlocking talent, we're talking about HR meets technology, we're talking about, you know, from jobs to skills. We have different topics, promoting diversity and inclusion. So if you're an HR professional, you're ready to transit, this will be your starting point. If you're a leader already, then come and share ideas, come and hear best practice. And business leaders, I mean, we will be representing, lots of organizations will be represented, and business leaders will be speaking to us. So it's not just an HR professional forum. We'll be listening to the likes of the MD of InterSwitch, who will be giving us, like, sharing the insights of the success of that organization. Yes.
So perhaps you need to give us more insight into the various sessions and how people can be a part of it.
Yes, definitely. I mean, like I said, every single topic, I mean, we pick the topics very carefully every year. So, like, there's a topic for everyone. There's a topic on data analytics, so how you can make data-driven decisions using, you know, like, so because that is the advancement we talk about. There's a topic on promoting diversity and inclusion. There's a topic on technology, like I said. There's a topic on unlocking talent. There's a topic on employer branding, because you want to attract the talent of the future. You need to think. There's a topic on ethics, governance, you know, so like we've covered the different areas. Even if you're an HR professional and you want to monetize your HR skills, there's a topic on it. So whether you're going the entrepreneurial route or you're sitting at, you know, board meetings, so governance. So we have a topic for every single, well, type of HR aspiration or people management aspiration.
30 plus speakers, 15 plus.
Yes, definitely.
That's the fresh insights. That's what's.
Yes, so we have 30. Yes, we have 30.
But I see the date for early bird tickets is over.
It is, yes. And
how can people still participate?
Yes, people can still participate, and today is actually the deadline for registration. It's next week, yes. So this is actually a very good year. So the registration ends today. So you can jump online at conference.kendoconsulting.com. You can still register. So we're still taking registrations to end of today. So anyone, just go online, HR Bootcamp Conference. So conference.kendoconsulting.com.
So it's hybrid?
It's hybrid. Thank you for that. Yes, because I mean, I even got a question this morning. Oh, can we participate virtually? Yes. So you can participate from anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. That's all.
It attracts.
Yes, it does. It does. We have people. No, thank you. We do attract people from everywhere in the world. So I remember even the physical, people come physically from the rest of Africa, right? People come virtually from the rest of the world. So we have people participating from Canada, we have people participating from the UK, we have someone participating from Amsterdam, So yes, we're open to virtual registrations.
How are you pushing this? It attracts a cost.
Definitely.
To join, to participate.
Of course, yes. So all the details are on the website, yes.
Right.
So conference.kendoconsulting.com.
And how are you pushing this primarily? And how are you reaching out? It's such a big world.
Global, virtually. So lots of social media advertising. Of course, we're here. And we have a huge network. Imagine doing this. This is the 11th one. So we have thousands of people on our database for past attendees. Right. And then we have, you can look at our handles on social media at Kendo Consulting. So we push it out on Facebook, on LinkedIn, it's all there. And we have a great alumni and we have great supporters. I mean, we're richly blessed with people who have been supporting us all through the years. Some are no longer in the country. But, they help us, they share. So
it means they don't just get the knowledge here, but afterwards you still engage with...
Yes, we do, because they're all parts of that. The wonderful thing about technology is that you don't have to be physically present. Some of the... I know one of the past speakers, she's based in America. She'll be there next week. So we keep in touch, and once you're an alumni or once you're in our network, you're forever there. And our network is all HR professionals and people managers all over the world.
HR professionals, even though this group of HR professionals might be competitors. How do you deal with that?
We're building the ecosystem. I've never seen it. I remember a couple of years ago, people were like, this organization wants to advertise. I'm like, this is an ecosystem thing.
No, I'm even saying about you fellow HR professionals. Okay?
Yeah.
So you are here and here. We may be in the same sector, pushing for the same clients, but this is a meet where, we all seem to have common interests.
Of course, because we're all about collaboration as well. So it goes both ways. There's no competition in growing a profession. There's no competition in growing the whole ecosystem. Everybody benefits. It's like the sky. There's no limits. So we see it as a collaborative effort. And we welcome everyone from any industry, at any level. It's all about, we have a common problem, which is people management. We want to solve people problems. So come to the conference with your people problems, and we'll look out solutions for you. That's the key, that's the focus.
So you authored a book, Change Your Career.
Okay.
I have to mention.
Yes. Thank you.
Talk to us about that
My book,
and how that has, helped shape the minds of people.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm someone who, I've changed careers about 5 or 6 times, actually. So I've been helping people with career transitions. And I'm a writer. I've always written since I was about 5 years old. So every time people say, I want to switch careers, I just put everything in a book. You want to change your career? I have 10 practical steps, right, to a successful career change. So I authored that book in 2019. And, it's been a success. It's on Amazon. And for anyone who wants to, so now I speak on career management sessions, career transitions at any level, whether you're starting or you're retiring. It's always something I've loved doing. And I think it aligns very well with the human resources function.
Yeah. So drop a quick tip.
Yes.
Your career. What's the take home? What should be the take home?
Okay. The secret sauce, your transferable skills. Because a lot of times people think, like for example, I don't have any HR skills. But lots of HR skills are not technical HR skills. They are what we call transferable skills, which can be used from different professions, like managing people, like planning and organizing, like speaking, like writing. So,
soft skills.
Yes, people call them soft skills. Sometimes people call them people skills. Focus on your transferable skills because they're what you already have. You've had them all your life. Focus on that. The technical skills are easy peasy. Come to the HR Bootcamp. We'll help you on that transition.
Perhaps this is why people find it easy to just make a career change to HR. A lot of people that have been in recent times,
they moved.
Over to HR.
Because they know the secret sauce, which is it's not just for HR, it's for any career change. Focus on the transferable skills you already have. Because otherwise you'll be thinking, I have nothing. to transfer to this new skill. But your transferable skills, like we're communicating here, HR people, we have to communicate a lot. So imagine if I want to become, a broadcaster activist. I'm going to say I have speaking skills because I speak quite often. Yeah. So I don't think it will take me, someone say, oh, I don't know the broadcasting. I'll say, I'll go on a course, right? But I already have speaking skills, research skills, writing skills. So my transition would be much quicker than somebody who didn't even think about their transferable skills.
But how about those who are retiring? Because those ones have some level of fear about the future.
Yes, but the thing is and I know it's difficult to plan in an economy like this, but I would also say that, you start with what you have. You understand? Everyone is standing on a mountain of value. People they fear even what they already have. The thing about a mountain is that underneath you can't see what it is. But all of us, your uniqueness is your value. You're unique. All the things that went right, all the things that went wrong in your life, they're your unique story. Start from there. And I believe that you will find your unique selling points. And that would make you stand out in a crowded market. So it's a time for reflection, to retire. But it doesn't mean you have nothing. You have a lot. Your history is what is going to help you here.
Right. It's been an interesting conversation.
Thank you.
Adora Ekwemesi, Human Resource Advisor and founder, Kendo Consulting. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.